Hello, everybody. Welcome back. More movies. The Alien has gone back to the shelf, replaced for the next few by Deadite Ash from Evil Dead 2. Cannot remember where that came from, but I absolutely love it. Great packaging, great looking figure, and a little Necronomicon. That'll become more appropriate tomorrow. But for this episode, sponsored by the letter D, and there are two of them. Insert your own joke because I'm not going to do it. So the first one, it's not a horror movie per se, but it's one of those that I discovered actually not long after it came out. One of my friends who was into very obscure movies had a copy of it, and we watched it, and I ended up loving it so much I bought my own copy of it. Dead and Breakfast. Not sure if anybody's even heard of it, but it is a zombie musical. And actually, the tagline, it's like a bad horror movie, only worse. I don't know if that's 100% true because it does have some good laughs. For anybody that says that they couldn't make a zombie musical, yes, they could. For those of you who say they shouldn't have made a zombie musical, you might be right as well. This one came out in 2004, starring actually a couple of pretty big names. Jeremy Sisto is in it. Ever Carradine, the daughter of Robert Carradine, who many of us will know as Louis Skolnick from Revenge of the Nerds back in the day. Bianca Lawson, who I think was in Pretty Little Liars. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I never watched it, I just remember seeing stuff for it online. Anyway, it won quite a few Independent Film Awards, Independent Film Festival Awards, nominated for a Saturn Award. It's just really fun. That's all it is. 88 minutes of fun. Some hilarious musical numbers. I mean, I can't really do it justice by attempting to explain it. It's one of those. I would say, even if you're the least bit curious, it's worth a look, because at the very least you're going to get some laughs out of it. So, that, like I say, not technically horror, but at the same time, still horror enough for October. Now this next one, it's kind of the opposite end of the spectrum. It's still, I think, technically classified a horror comedy, but a lot more on the horror side than this. So I'm going to move Dead and Breakfast over. Ash is a little bigger than the other ones. And I present to you Dead Alive. Depending actually on where you are, this movie is known either as Dead Alive or as Brain Dead. In the U.S., I think it was Dead Alive, obviously. I think over in Europe, especially, it was called Brain Dead. Came out in 1992, directed by Sir Peter Jackson. He of, obviously, Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit fame. But a lot of people forget, before he started making those huge, impressive, epic films, he was kind of a horror/splatter director back in New Zealand. And this one, it's the closest I've ever come to being physically sick watching a movie. There was one scene, and I'm not going to go into any details because I don't want to have to age restrict this, but this movie is very well known for three words. Epic lawnmower scene. If you have seen this movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen this movie, don't watch it with your kids if you have kids. Don't let your kids watch it. Or if you are a kid, you have been warned. Please don't do it. It is something to behold, and I believe it actually set a film record for the amount of fake blood that was used in one movie scene. It was some incredible amount, like a couple 100 gallons in a 2-minute scene. That's all I really need to say about it. The goriest fright film of all time. Who said that? Phantom of the Movies. Not sure who that is. But there you go. The pair of D horror movies. I don't know if that's an indication of the quality or just a possible innuendo. But that's the pick for the letter D. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this series. I've been getting some feedback. And like I say, for a couple, we're going to get away from what are the actual classic movies and get into more obscure stuff like this. So Dead and Breakfast, Dead Alive / Brain Dead, depending on where you're from. Hopefully you, I don't know, if you've seen them, let me know. If you haven't seen them, let me know. And if you do see it, I warned you.